like reverse driving for dollars right now, and I just found myself in a really bad spot of town, I guess, for reception. So I had to hurry up and drive the other end.
So let's recap this really quick for everybody because the audio is spotty. You got 35 grand this deal. How much are you going to make this month?
So my goal is 50 to 60 this month. 50
to 60 this month. You're making 35,000 from a realtor. So you're on here to inspire the people, right? And so, Jason, the floor is yours. Somebody's watching this right now. They want to get their first deal. What are you telling them? They're working a job like you, right? I just talk to them, right? Have a convo.
Dude, all you got to do, man, is go out and find a problem. And the bigger the problem you find, the better it works out for you and for the person you're trying to fix the problem for. Make yourself a problem solver and put yourself in the position of other people that are really down on their luck, that really need some help, and you are there to help them. And if you can make it that way, you'll do really well. That's what I really quickly had to figure out, is to find the biggest problem I could possibly find and to throw myself into it. So bring your lunch pail with you. It is an all-day job. It's not easy. Nothing in this industry is easy. Wholesaling is not easy. But if you can get yourself up every day and chase it relentlessly and make yourself a problem solver, you'll do really well.
All right, but let's get relative here.
Yeah.
What was harder, okay? Working a job and making the amount of money you were making, or wholesaling and be able to spend time with your kids with the money you're making now?
Look, honestly, if it wasn't for you and your dad, wholesaling would not happen for me. So it depends. If people are learning from you guys, then definitely taking your lunch pail to go work 12 hours, 15 hours a day, throwing about 120,000 pounds of product on the shelves manually every week is definitely a lot harder. But thanks to you guys, this has been actually pretty easy. You just have to, so every day you got to make it a priority to make progress. And some days it's pretty difficult because I feel like I'm not doing enough and I'm not going anywhere. But all it takes is that one phone call or that one text that says, hey, I saw this sticky note you put over here. I do want to sell this property. And then all of a sudden, you're back in the ball game.
That's it, man. It's simple. It's kind of like a blue collar job. You just get out there and you do the work. Yep. But you get paid 35 grand a month, not 35 grand a year. So it's a little different, right? I guess spend time with the kids and everything like that. And I think that was truly the most inspirational part about the podcast we did with you was it's not even about the money. It's about the time too. Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about that. So I'll tell you, I've worked 8-hour days, 9-hour days, 12-hour days, like in a job on my feet all day. You don't want to complain about how hard wholesaling is. Go back to a job like that. Right. You'll switch pretty quick.
Yeah. So from my standpoint, exactly what's kind of difficult about wholesaling, it's not a hard industry. Here's what's difficult. So with a day job, you always know that you're going there, you're doing the job, you're getting it done. You know what you're supposed to do every day, and then you get it done. And wholesaling, you kind of don't know exactly what you should do every single day. And sometimes it feels like it gets a little bit stagnant. But if you continue to push through those little stagnant periods and you continue to just act every day, go out and act every day and make it a priority to find problems and find solutions to those problems every single day, then it'll work out.
Like how do you schedule your day?
So for me right now, there are 13 counties in Ohio that I've got 5 buyers in. So in these 13 counties, I drive to different towns and different cities in each one of these counties, and I go reverse driving for dollars every single day. I do at least 75 sticky notes a day, and I do walk at least 6 to 7 miles a day.
Wow.
So
that's exercise, man.
Reverse driving for dollars is all I want to do. And actually it puts me in the face of a lot more sellers, potential sellers that way than sitting around cold calling ever did. I hated cold calling. It never did anything for me. And I would rather just talk to these people face to face. So
it's funny because I did a lot of cold calling and I talk to sellers in person all the time. I take talking to a seller over cold calling any day of the week. It's just, I've had conversations with human beings my entire life. It's a lot more natural than cold calling. So I get it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, cold calling just, I feel like a greasy salesman when I'm trying to cold call somebody. So
that's not you, man.
My real reason for chiming in here today with you guys was to tell you thanks again for everything that you guys do. I don't think you guys realize you're actually changing a lot of people's lives. And truly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that. My dad recently was like, hey, man, I see that you're doing really, really well with this stuff. Can you teach me? And I was like, well, I'm not going to teach you because I'm not the expert. Zach and Rick are, so I pointed him in your direction. So he's been watching all your videos. He's going through the course right now. He just started going through the course yesterday. And he wants to know what the best way for him and I to work together is, because I'm going to be focusing all of my efforts on driving for dollars and reverse driving for dollars. So I just need to know what is the best way to put him in a place to where he can be successful. Because, you know, he's probably not going to want to walk 7 miles a day with sticky notes. So what do you guys think would be the best way to get him maybe to like, I want to be able to work together and not against each other?
Oh, this is easy, man. This is the easiest thing. Oh, okay. So let's get a little personal with you, right? First and foremost, how many leads do you have in your Podio right now?
Right now, about 15, I think. And they're 15. All people who told me, yes, they want to sell.
Okay. So you don't have a lot of leads, right? Like, I mean, you're going to eventually pump out more leads where you're going to have like 400 or 500 over the course of a year or two, right? If what you need is pump the leads up and just have these follow-ups. And if you had your dad just call these follow-ups, like 7 of them a day of like that for a whole month, you'll get deals all day, every day. That's first and foremost for anybody watching this. If you want to bring a family member in, just have them cold call dead or like lukewarm follow-up leads. Mm-hmm. That's the best way. First and foremost.
Does he like talking to people?
Yes, he's very good at talking to people.
Yeah. There you go, man.
So those 15 you have, you talk to them. Your dad doesn't need to talk to them. On top, the other advice I'd give to you is you can look at a map, right? So let's talk about conquering something, right? You know, we'll think about conquering Rome or whatever, right? Whatever. You're conquering this portion, but you're leaving an entire portion unconquered. You're cold calling, you're texting, your digital bandit signs, regular bandit signs. There's so many things that you're not doing right now, and you shouldn't be doing them. You're doing well what you're doing, and I've always said, whatever's working right now, you stick to it, right? Keep doing what you're doing. But there is this unincorporated land out west that you could be looking for gold too. And is it best for you to move what's working right now, where all the gold is right now, to look for like a random spot that might not get gold? No. But it might be good to bring some scouts out there to check it out, see what's working or not. And I know you're not a nerd like me, but I'm a nerd when it comes to data. Like, okay, this is working. Let's experiment and see what hits. So I'll do 5 different lists. 4 are gonna like be terrible, but 1's gonna hit, and then we add that on what we're doing. So I think your dad should honestly do the stuff that you're not doing. And think about this, Jason. Think about this. This is what I think about. If I had another Jason, and so you have 2 Jasons, just you and a clone.
Yeah.
Are you going to have the other Jason do it exactly just in the next scene in the car with you, talk all day? No, you're going to have him probably do something that you're not doing right now.
Yeah.
You just duplicated yourself. What are you going to make that person do? Think about that. If I had another one of me, I would probably start door knock. Between you and me, if I had another like Zach Ginn, I would just have him door knock all day, because that's the only one I'm not really doing. I would probably have him cold call. If he hates cold calling, he can do texting. There's a lot of other things he can do. He could drive for dollars in areas that you're just not driving, right?
Okay.
I mean, he's a little older, right? But like, just try to find areas that you're not doing and just test it out, right? He could reverse drive for dollars to pre-foreclosures if you're not doing it, right? He could cold call the code violations if you're not, right? He can just start doing things that you're not doing, and you can split the deal with him. And he's just like, he's doing stuff that you wouldn't even be able to do. It's amazing.
Yeah. So what you want to do is, whenever you bring in a partner, family or not, you got to ask yourself, number 1, why am I doing it? And number 2, can I double my business? Because
are they adding to my business or taking away?
A true partner should eventually double your business. If not, what's the point of a partnership? Because if you do all the work and trust me, family is challenging. We came with this relationship just kind of naturally. That's the best way to do them. So what I would do is give him some tasks, like some follow-ups, stuff like that, and see how he does over 30 days and see if he enjoys it. The last thing you ever want to do with family is like feel like pressure to do it.
Or obligated.
Because the thing is, he's not going to have your success overnight. by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of people come to us when we make money. Listen, when I was dead ass broke, nobody wanted to know a damn thing from me. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
But I really forced it when I was broke is when I came my strongest, because that's when I sharpened my knife the best. And I still try to think that way this day. So get him in the flow, give him some things to do. And remember, simplify the business. The more motivated sellers he can speak to and connect with and get you closer, and then you can do that final conversation and see if that sticks. If that can stick, I'll show you a window of opportunity you never even dreamed, imagined that's available.
It's just different, man.
Because the more people you're going to have talk to motivated sellers, it's just a matter of like how much energy and time you got. Because eventually money won't be your issue. It's like, who can I bring into my organization to help me out? And you're slowly approaching that level. Because even like the mailing mastery, just take a look at it on your own time. Because I've shown countless people on here. I'm like, hey, let me show you what a few $1,000s will do. Now that you know how to talk to sellers, we can scale up your operations. And so get your dad started in the ground level with the follow-ups and the people you're working on now and calling on some specialized niche lists like government lists. And if he does well with that, reach out to me and Zach. Or if you're around to come down in Florida in October, we'll really grab you by the horns and go, hey, this is what you're going to do going forward. And listen, if you think a couple $100,000 is a lot of money, let me show you 500,000 or 600,000 within your operation, because there's only so much you can do by yourself. So just make sure you don't strain your personal relationship.
No,
I've made that mistake before.
But
they got to love what you do and love the energy of how you're doing it. And you don't want to get in that tumultuous part. So test them out a little bit just to make sure, because people can be nasty in this business, as you know, and some people can't handle that part. My father never could. I know that.
But Jason, let's talk about this. First, what's the first and foremost priority, right? You're doing very well and you're growing. Oh, he just hopped off. Well, I'm going to keep talking.
Cut out. Yeah.
He'll listen to this replay. What Jason needs to do is he cannot stop what is working right now. He's going to be at 50K.
It's the worst thing.
And I feel like he's going to get to 70 and 100. And, we've been, right?
Yeah.
The worst he can do is just start throwing that out the window and start trying to do it with his dad, right? That's not what you should be doing. You just got to add to it. Yeah. And so why am I a great partner with you? I started adding channels, bandit signs, cold calling, and SMS. You were Mr. Direct Mail and other things. But I started adding 3 things that you never even did. On top of that, I started doing acquisitions and kicked your acquisitions guy out.
Yeah.
So adding those 2 marketing channels and then me closing deals and doubling the assignment fees the other guy did, that's worthy of a partnership in my opinion, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm able to 4X the business by me being in there, it's worth you giving half of that up by me being in there 4Xing.
I agree.
And what do I get in return? I was able to leverage your marketing dollars and expertise so that we were able to, we had to split it up, but we 4X the business, which in turn 4X divided by 2, us together, we make double the money versus us separate.
Correct.
And so that's kind of the point. It's the peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, a peanut butter sandwich is okay. A jelly sandwich is okay, but you mix it up, it's amazing. And so that's how you got to look at it, right? I would start the dad slow there and build your way up. But Jason's a great testament to exactly what's possible. I think everyone on here can be able to do it.